The coldest weather of the season is coming, everybody. Matter of fact, it has changed overnight. And what you got to say to yourself is, I love data, because once again, the data is correct. It's going just as forecasted over here. All this cold air is not going all the way towards the southeast. We're seeing a warmer scenario, and just like I've been forecasting, an even warmer scenario coming right after that. Now, this is still bringing a lot of cold and dangerous temperatures where even your highs will be in the negatives, where you can get frostbite in just a matter of minutes, everybody. Make sure you are prepared for this cold weather. But what's coming around the corner, you have to see. Now, we do have multiple things happening. Remember, we're going into a very snowy pattern. I'm seeing even more snow, especially for Canada, and I'll show you why. Now, we have snow over here for the mid-Atlantic. You have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings, pretty much because where the winter storm warnings are is going to be the chances for the heaviest snow. Now, this is going to be for today as you get the snow. Then we have another snowstorm, a winter storm coming through that is a clipper, but it actually strengthens up over here towards the upper Midwest for North Dakota, Minnesota, going through northern Wisconsin. Now, this will be for tomorrow, bringing freezing rain and a good bit of snowfall with that one as well. And it's bringing a lot of strong winds on the back side of that. So please be aware, if you're in any of this brown, you have a high wind warning. And we're talking anywhere around 50 to 60 miles per hour wind gusts coming with the high wind warning. Now, with these temperatures, you must see the new data. So I'm going to go through that first. So if you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. I am a studying meteorologist, amongst other things, but I will be honest and accurate for you. Now, we're going to go through these snowfall amounts as well, because this is going to hinder a lot of travel. So if you're traveling in these areas, you need to watch out for these two storms coming through, creating a lot of bad road conditions. Now, we're going to go through the data first. I want you to see exactly what I see. That way you know what I know. And before you hear anybody say, hey, no one saw this coming, make sure you take up for us here on this channel and let them know where we saw this first, everybody. Now, when we look at our WPO, our West Pacific Oscillation, you can see that we're going all the way down past a -4. This means the coldest air of the season is going to come in because it's going to get blocked. Now, you can see this here. As we go through this week, we're going to start getting this big high pressure. Now, when you have a negative West Pacific Oscillation, this is where you get a lot of low pressure over here by Hawaii. This is where you get a high pressure building on the western side of the U.S. and you get a high pressure building over here in Asia. And what this is actually going to do is help swing around a lot of precipitation while we're getting this big cold blast coming through. It's going to mix in with this cold air and it's going to bring a lot of snow and help bring the coldest air of the season. Matter of fact, you can see it better here. So here comes the high pressure block over here. Here comes that very cold air coming into the U.S. and is not going as deep as what you've seen in the models yesterday. You got to remember the data. The data shows the coldest air, but it also showed it wasn't going as deep, everybody. And this big warm up coming right afterwards. Remember, once again, where you heard it first. So if you've never been here before, this is your Arctic Oscillation showing all this cold air coming through, but as it's leaving and as we go through this weekend, it always showed it wasn't as deep as before. And that's showing true finally in the models. So remember, it's always meteorology, not modelology. That's why this data always shows true. Matter of fact, look at the update, everybody. Retracts way back, showing a big warm up and still showing maybe later in December we could see this bomb down again. I will keep you updated. Make sure you subscribe and follow along for updates. Now, you can see this when you go through your temperature anomaly. So the cold air we have for today and tomorrow, then we have this warmer than average anomaly moving through as we go through for Wednesday. But then this is where we get in that big snowstorm and cold air coming through for Wednesday into Thursday across the Midwest, the Great Lakes, out through the Northeast. Then that big blast for this weekend. Look at this. See how it comes in? It's bringing a lot of dangerous temperatures, even for your highs, especially with these wind chills. You definitely will get frostbite in a matter of minutes. So make sure you are prepared for this, and this is not no joke. But look how much deeper it is not going. What you're seeing is that warmer, that above average anomaly that we've been screaming here on this channel, everybody, why it's been always been told that this is coming in and it's going to be dangerous all the way towards southern Florida. That I'm showing was never true. In fact, you can even see with the GFS, a little dramatic GFS, finally shows the same thing that you are seeing with this European. It's not going as deep and strong as what has been showing before everybody. So it's not about getting closer to the event where the models change to something right. It's about following the data, and you can never steer wrong the data. So look here, the cold air you have now, there's your 850 millibars, your lower level temperatures. And as this comes through for the weekend with the very cold air, this is bottling up into Canada, and it's not actually coming all the way through. Look at this. As you go through the Wednesday and Thursday event, then here comes that very cold, the coldest air of the season, and it's staying over around the upper Midwest to Midwest and some of the Great Lakes, so you do need to prepare for these temperatures, but it's staying all into Canada, bottled up. Then we're going on that warmer scenario, but remember, it could come back late December. You can see this on GFS as well. As it comes through the weekend, it's not as deep as before. Now, this isn't a fluke or a one-off. I've been doing this for a number of years, and you can look with the ensembles. When the models disagree, you always go with the trend, and the trend was never something super strong, super big. Look at this. Look at the ensembles. Always show that if it was going to be very cold, it was going to be northern around the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes. That's not even shown in a few of these. That means it's all going to stay into Canada. We are going to see a little bit of it, but look at the warmer scenario as that pushes through. Now, right after, we still have this warm up that's coming through, and it could last or it could come back into late December, and I will keep you updated on that as well. You can see with the other 25, there's 50 members with the Euro. That's why the Euro is more accurate than GFS. GFS has been wrong all year. You only use GFS when you're trying to get the views, everybody, because it's always dramatic. See this warm up going all the way towards the southern side? Now, that's just for y'all. Whoever's on the northern side, you still have a bad case scenario coming your way where your highs are still going to be anywhere from single digits to negative temperatures and even worse wind chills. This will put frostbite literally in minutes. Now, let's talk about these two quick hitting storms that's coming through for today. We're getting a lot of good snowfall coming through for eastern Kentucky, West Virginia over here for North Carolina, and Virginia going across the Delmarva, showing it's going to be a heavier scenario. Now, this storm is a low pressure system, and it goes counterclockwise, so it brings more moisture into this cold air. And you actually get some cold air damming where it swings down the cold air right into that precipitation, brings you a good bit of snowfall. This actually increased for today. Then as we go through for later this evening, we still got that little clipper that moves through for the Midwest, the Great Lakes, bringing a little bit of snow. But as we go through for tomorrow, this is where that winter storm is going to come through, bring chances for rain, bring chances for sleet and freezing rain, and bring a lot of heavy snow with that as well. Across the Midwest, the Great Lakes, out through the interior Northeast, still showing it's a warmer scenario for y'all over there. Now, we still have more snowstorms and winter storms coming through after that, but once again, this is going to move around. We are going through a warmer anomaly. And if you remember my video before, this is going to start bringing bad scenarios of a lot of ice storms because of the warmer anomaly. But showing a lot of good snow, not only over here for Virginia, this is all going anywhere from 5 to 7 inches and all this purple, so you could get major snow for that, and that little clipper that comes through all the way till tomorrow morning. Then what comes for tomorrow into Wednesday and Thursday, this is bringing a hefty snowfall with it as well, bringing anywhere from 6 to 9 inches in that purple to that pink, might even overperform a little bit. You only need a little bit of moisture with these cold temperatures, and it won't be 10 to 1. It'll be about 12 to 1, maybe even 15 to 1 scenario. That's 15 inches for every 1 inch of precipitation. Then we're going to be in this pattern more and more and more, and just show that more snow is coming. Now, just in the next 5 days, showing another major winter storm coming across, maybe for the upper Midwest, across the Ohio Valley, out through the Mid-Atlantic, showing it's still too warm right here along the Northeast coast, and then more coming after that. But look how all this bottles up all into Canada, where they're getting all that moisture and all that very cold air lodged in. Now, we'll keep you updated, but all this snowfall you see up here, don't let nobody tell you this. All this snowfall is not coming down here. This is going to be a locked pattern. We have a big warm-up coming, above average anomaly, and this is going to raise everything northern, where all this snow is going to stay over here in Canada. But until then, we still got a whopping load of snow coming through, especially if you're over across from Idaho, Montana, Dakotas, going across Minnesota, the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, even over northern Kentucky, possibly again, out through the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. So there's still more snow coming. Now here we go, everybody. Check out these temperatures. So as we go through for Wednesday morning, this is where colder air is going to come back in, but this is where it's also bringing in very cold wind chills, and you can see the cold air dam and bringing those wind chills all the way towards Georgia and the Carolinas for Wednesday morning. This is not your temperatures. This is a nasty wind chill that's going to be there. Now these negative temperatures over here, this will literally give you frostbite in minutes, so please be aware of this. Your highs for Wednesday, it's going to retract back. You're going to be warm across the south, but you're going to be frozen in all this blue and still be in the single digits. Now your wind chills for Wednesday is still going to feel like you're in the 20s across Ohio Valley to Great Lakes and the interior northeast, and you're still going to feel like you're in sub-zero temperatures with the wind chill. So make sure you're ready for possible frostbite. Thursday, look at this. This is going to be one of the deepest days already, and it's not even going too far. Already in the 20s, going all the way towards Tennessee and Kentucky, but now you're getting in those negative 10, negative 15 degree temperatures moving through where you can get frostbite in minutes, everybody. With the wind chill, you're going to feel this all the way towards the northeast, but really strong across the interior northeast, Ohio Valley, and the Great Lakes. But over here across the Midwest, you are talking about negative 10, negative 20 degree wind chills. This will get worse. Now your highs for Thursday, everyone's going to warm back up, but the northern half of the lower 48. You're going to stay in frozen temperatures. You're going to stay around the single digits. And with the wind chills, it's still going to be a very cold blast. Look over here for Canada. Their highs, they're going to be literally in negative 30, negative 40, maybe even negative 50 degree wind chills moving through. Now Friday, the big day Friday. Look at the difference, everybody. Just like we've been forecasting here, a warmer scenario, not freezing temperatures going towards Florida, but it is going towards Carolinas and northern Georgia, even some teen temperatures and single digits towards the northeast, and this is still bringing in negative temperatures, so be aware this will be still dangerous with the temperatures and the wind chills. Friday morning, it's starting to bring in those negative 20, negative 30 feels like temperatures. Look at Canada, negative 50, maybe even up towards negative 60 degree wind chills moving through. This is going to be cold. Now your highs for Friday is going to retract back. You are going to warm up across the south, but you still have those 20s going across the Midwest, the Great Lakes, out through the northeast of negative 10 degrees or stronger coming across for the Dakotas, Montana, even over here from Minnesota and some of Nebraska and Iowa. Now with the wind chills, it's not going to affect the south. It will be all northern, but you're going to start feeling really cold still as you go through Friday. Still a very dangerous scenario. So please make sure you bundle up and you prepare and don't be out there with this possible frostbite. Saturday morning comes down again. Look at the warmer scenario, everybody. But you can still see everyone that's still going to be in frozen temperatures, even those negative temperatures. This is going to be one of the worst days. This is literally your temperatures of negative 20 degrees or stronger moving through. So please be aware. Please don't be outside in this. And with the wind chills, it's just gotten ridiculous. Negative 30 degree feels like temperatures moving through. And look over here for Canada. They just stay bad the whole time. Negative 60 degree wind chills. It's just very powerful and a very strong cold blast. But remember, this is going to be bottled up into Canada. It's not spilling all the way into the southern U.S. Your highs for Saturday, you're going to warm right back up again. You are going to stay frozen across the northern tier, and those negative temperatures are still going to be there even for your highs. This is where it's really dangerous. And look at the wind chills, even for your highs for Saturday. So please make sure you still prepare for this. Sunday comes down again. Not going any deeper, guys, but now it's bringing negative 20, negative almost 30 degree temperatures moving through. This is getting really bad right here, so please pay attention to this. All the way for the northern tier of the lower 48 going into Canada, this is going to be the coldest air. It's not going far south. With the wind chills, you could feel anywhere from negative 30 to negative 40 degree wind chills moving through for the Dakotas, going through Minnesota. Even Iowa could feel like negative 15 degrees. Please be aware, frostbite is not a joke. And your highs for Sunday, going all the way up towards negative temperatures, again, even frozen temperatures, and really bad wind chills. But you can see with the new data, we was correct here, everybody. So thank you all for your support. I really appreciate every single one of y'all. It takes time for the data to come out into the model data. Now you see how the models react later on. It's always a 10-day lag, everybody. Just like when you have that sudden stratospheric warming, it's always a 10-day lag before those temperatures actually hit the ground level. So we are going into this warm-up. It's not going as deep as seeing out there. This is going just as forecasted. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I cannot say it enough. I get a lot of hate out there for what I'm saying. You're the only one that's saying this. I can't help it. I can only tell you what I see, and I will not hype or lie to you. So make sure you subscribe. If you want to show some love, remember there is merch down below, link in the description. Now, before I go, a quick word from our Father, everybody. Psalm 12, 5 through 8. For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord. Thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked walk on every side, when the vilest men are exalted. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. Make sure you get ready for these storms coming through. This is bringing a lot of snowfall with them as well. But better yet, make sure you still prepare for these temperatures. These temperatures will not be a joke. You will literally get frostbite in minutes, even for your highs. Thank you for all your support and all your help getting the word out to other people. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all are the ones that make this channel what it is. And above all things, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life. You and everyone that is around you. And forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you again for tomorrow. I got to go do homeschool now.